Oh, y'all. This isn't good. I don't know when we're getting out of here. We're real stuck. They don't all go smoothly. We're supposed to be at our fancy RV resort where we're spending the week that I was going to show you, but we've had a little bit of a hiccup. So, underneath here, we've got 2 broken leaf springs. And this entire rear axle has shifted a little bit. So we're not going anywhere. So sometimes in RV life, this stuff just happens. And it's just the nature of the beast. Just like if you have a house, right, you've got to do roof repairs and you have a leak, or you have foundation work, or you have a plumbing issue. It sucks, but it's just part of it. So, yeah, we're stuck on the side of the road. Luckily, we're in a good spot. We're in like a semi-truck parking area. So it's not like a full rest area. There's no building or no amenities or services of any kind. But we have everything we need. We can run the generator. You know, we got some solar. We've got our own internet. We've got our own bathroom, all the creature comforts of home. We can put one slide out without being, you know, too obtrusive. And we've been making calls all day to try to find new leaf springs. We have 8K axles. Everyone is out of 8K leaf springs. There's literally like none to be found in the country, but our friends Brooke and Emma Chumley, Ramblin' Man RV Repair, shout out to them. They're great. Their guy had a set of 8K leaf springs. He immediately went to the UPS store and he shipped them to us. However, today's Thursday and we're not going to get them until Monday. So here we are in this parking lot until Monday. And I've got a leaf spring hanger that I need to get a welder out here. This was supposed to be a huge weekend. We were going to an awesome resort that we have wanted to visit for, oh my God, easily a year and a half. Our oldest turns 13 on Sunday, and that's what we were going there to celebrate. So we may be celebrating in the semi-truck parking lot. We'll see. The view for tonight.
Little late night fuel refill for the generator. We got these gas cans because they were recommended to us at the Balloon Fiesta, and they work amazing. They're for like ATVs and side-by-sides, and they actually are awesome.
How's everybody doing in here?
Good.
Our saviors might be here.
I love it. I love it. All right. Let me know what you need from us, okay?
Yeah.
They are going to fix our camper and get us back in on the road in the next couple hours. So we had to track down 2 8K leaf springs and wet bolts and new brackets, and they brought a welder out here. We're going to cut the old brackets off that are bent and damaged and replace the 2 brackets for the leaf springs and put 2 new leaf springs on, and we'll be down the road hopefully in the next hour or 2. Good news.
Woo! This just popped into my head and I wanted to point something out because I see this a lot in like Brinkley forums, and sometimes I see people complain about the generator. I want to point out right now, we're running our generator, right? We're stuck in a parking lot. I have no hookups. I am running bedroom AC right now. Living room AC right now. And even if we go out here, is your AC on? Yep. So kids AC is also running. All 3 ACs are running on the generator, no problem at all. So I've seen people say this cannot be done, and obviously it can be done. So a couple things. This is the RV MP 5500 watt. It's an inverted generator. It's been fantastic for us. I will say it has a break-in process, and I don't know that people are breaking it in the way that you're supposed to. It's all stipulated in the owner's manual. Follow that, and I don't think that you have any problems. So far, we love our generator. Let's get a status update. Who's ready to leave this parking lot? Me! Are you ready to go celebrate your 13th birthday? Yeah. I can't believe you didn't want to do it here with all the truckers.
Oh, trust me.
Right on the interstate.
I did.
Done. Paid. Let's go.
Oh, we're moving. Well, our plans were almost foiled, but we prevailed. Poor Neve was sitting in that semi parking lot because, you know, birthdays are a pretty big deal when you're a kid, but for her this is a really big one because it's her 13th birthday, and here she was thinking she was going to have to spend it in a semi parking lot off of the interstate. So she was very relieved that we made it here. I can't wait to show you guys this resort. I'm gonna go on record. This is one of, if not the most well-run RV resorts that we have ever been to. From like the second you arrive, the service is just, it's an 11 out of 10. So I'm going to take you on a little tour, show you around, and show you kind of what makes this place really special. But first, I promised you a master bedroom and master bathroom tour. Any of those Model Gs and even a lot of the Model Zs are going to have this exact same setup. Model Zs are going to be a little bit different. If you see stuff, if you have questions, by all means, send me a message, drop a comment here, and I always try to get back to you guys on those. So let's go take a look. Okay, first things first, I'm just going to give you kind of a rundown of things that I really love about this bathroom. I'm also going to let you know things that leave a little to be desired. First and foremost, props to Brinkley throughout all of their rigs. They're incredible at maximizing space and giving you really useful storage. So I'm sure most of you have seen the pull-out storage in the bathroom. These are all adjustable solid wood shelves. Obviously you can fit a literal crap ton of stuff in here. You know, we're 6 people in here, and in the kids' room, in the garage, we only have the half bath. So there's really not much storage in there. So this is legitimately all 6 people's stuff. Another great thing is that your trash can is built in as well. Up here we have built-in towel hooks. That's where towels are supposed to go. However, when they hang, they're kind of in the way of the toilet paper and a little too close to that toilet for my liking. Maybe your house is different, but I have a little boy and I have a husband, and towels are just better hanging over here. It seems a little more sanitary. So easy enough, command hook right there. And then, you know, when you're in the shower, I move them to where they're supposed to be and then to dry over here. I think the shower is perfectly roomy. I mean, I'm 5'8", 5'8.5". My husband's 6'1". Shower works perfectly fine. I do love that these baskets for storing all of your toiletries, shower essentials, come installed from the factory. So they are not little, you know, Amazon suction cup or 3M command shower thingies that are just gonna fall down. Like, these puppies are on there. I don't take anything out on travel day. All that stuff stays in there. Nothing's fallen down, knock on wood. Shower doors. If you're already an RVer, you know these doors suck. There is no getting around it. They're pretty terrible. The track that they live in is almost always disgusting. There's no really good way to clean them. They just stay dirty. But it's the nature of the beast. They're good at keeping the water in the shower, so they do their job. I know some people will take these things out and then just do a shower curtain. I don't recommend that because you don't have much of a lip here. So in some other manufacturers, you can do that. But there really is not a bathtub to keep the water in there. So I don't think a shower curtain would work alone. You could do a shower curtain inside of this and then not have to deal with, you know, all of the soap and hard water and all that stuff cleaning the glass. Another option is a lot of people put in, I think Rec Pro makes one, maybe Nautilus, the retractable shower doors. I've heard really good things from that. If you want to see, my friend Jacqueline has a 3950 as well. Go search for Travel Reimagined, and they've got a whole video on how they took out their glass doors and they put in one of the retractable shower doors. Okay, additional storage here in the medicine cabinet. We have never, again, knock on wood, some people have had their medicine cabinets open on travel day. We have never had it open. So that thing is pretty secure. We don't have to do anything there. I will say on some of these fixtures, my black paint is chipping off. So these are not the highest quality. I will probably replace the sink and the faucet at some point. I love my Brinkley. I think Nate and the team and the Model G line have done great things, but I don't know who was thinking a black sink in the bathroom where you spit toothpaste was going to work out. It's always filled with white toothpaste residue, and it drives me crazy. So this sink will get replaced at some point, and this faucet as well. We keep this little dehumidifier, little Amazon guy in here, just to kind of cut down on the humidity, because obviously in an RV, humidity is not your friend at all. One thing that I talk about a lot is the quality in this rig versus, you know, the previous rigs that we've owned. Way different. If you've ever had to work on an RV, you know it's an absolute pain in the rear if you're chasing plumbing or electrical or anything like that. So I'm going to show you one thing that makes Brinkley a little bit different. I can't take this completely off to show you because of where I have my toilet brush installed down here. But this panel behind the toilet is on magnets back here. Give you a little idea. If you needed to, okay, you could pop this panel off, and back there is access to all your wiring that leads down to the converter and all sorts of stuff that could potentially give you an issue. All right, like I said, we'll poke around in here. Lots of storage, honestly, in this bathroom. We have not had an issue at all. And then, you know, for these drawers. So plenty of storage in here. And then HVAC wise, this is tied into your master bedroom AC. You've got your magnetic toilet paper holder here. And then I highly suggest one of those little hidden silicone toilet brushes. All right, moving right along into the bedroom. In this model, we have washer dryer hookups here in the master bedroom. Okay, so we have a stackable, the Splendide, I believe is how it's pronounced. A vented dryer, so you do have to actually drill a hole in the side of your rig, which is terrifying, but it's part of the process unless you want to go with a ventless dryer. In here, you know, these little, like, those cord baskets, these are from Target. They're flexible enough that they get in here. This is a really odd angle, so it's honestly a little bit difficult to store things in here, but these baskets really help. I keep all my laundry stuff in here, and then down below, just purses shoved in there, no real rhyme or reason. They're gonna find you any little bit of storage. That doesn't mean it's the most usable storage, but again, props to Brinkley for figuring out a way to give us a little bit. These little bins are from Target. They come in, I think they're Bright Room is the brand, and they come in multi-packs, these long ones. So these just kind of help, you know, little stuff like lip balm that I put on at night not get lost in everything else. Let's talk master closet. Guys, there are good things and bad things about this closet. In a lot of ways, it's kind of just the bane of my existence. We have lived in here full time for about 1.5 years now. This closet has had multiple makeovers. I am not set on this particular iteration, but I think it is so far the best that we have. So I do love, again, I'm gonna tell you what I love and what I don't love. I love the lit bar. I also love the fact that we have traveled all over the place and we have all these clothes on here, and again, knock on wood, I'm gonna jinx myself, this bar has never fallen. So it's got multiple points. Everything is installed very well. Oh, I also want to point out, somebody in, one of the Brinkley Facebook groups was asking about dirty laundry. This is our dirty laundry situation. Okay, I use these tall, thin baskets. I mean, they're probably 10 inches deep. It'll fit in there, and then, I can close the closet, no problem. So that's where dirty clothes lives in our room. And then I have a second one in the kids' room as well for their dirty clothes. Now, what I try to do is to just treat the washing machine, since it's right there, as the dirty clothes. So you put your stuff in there, and big if, I do a load of laundry every day, then I can stay on top of laundry for 6 people. But obviously that's not the case right now. Things I don't love. This shelf. It's almost ridiculous. There's not much you can do in here. You could put some shoes, but it gets really shallow here. So, I put some towels and stuff up there. Everything I've ever put here falls off on travel day. So just expect that, I guess. Things I store in here. Obviously a bunch of shoes. If you have followed any of our stuff for a while, I wear Earth Runners all the time. Those are like my go-to shoes. So Jeff is the same way. So most of our shoes are in storage here. So this big long bin here has tons of shoes. This has tons of shoes. We've got some stuff that we wear sometimes, kind of just shoved in. Winter stuff here for the kids, beanies and gloves and all that. Some cold weather clothes, extra layers, some random clothes on this one that I just haven't gotten rid of, maybe. I don't know. Not stuff that I wear frequently. Now, you can see these are from Bright Room at Target, and they're just little modular storage things. So you could find a setup here that works. They're clear, they're easy to see, what you're looking for. That has actually worked really well. We've tried other things like, the storage drawers and things like that, and they move around a lot. Now, one thing I do like, I added back here, is this little storage thing for hats. And those are kind of out of the way back there. Here's what that looks like. So peel the stuff off, stick it to the wall. They're, I don't know, $5 on Amazon, something like that. These shelves, Lord have mercy. There is not really much to be done with these shelves. The problem is just the angles. So this is one of those things, the poor Brinkley guys, man, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. They gave us every inch of space, which we're grateful for, but then it creates these weird angles that we really can't do much with, right? So I've got bathing suits back here, but realistically, it's just kind of always a bit of a cluster. And I don't know that there's any getting around that. This is all the stuff that, we don't ever get to. Kind of overflow stuff. Little command hooks for these hats, suit, dresses. It's just harder to get in to this side. All right, speaking of Earth Runners, I've got an old pair here. Guarantee, guys, if you know me in real life, I'm wearing these. I wore them so much. That's duct tape on the bottom. I wore a hole straight through these guys. I used to have raging, plantar fasciitis, tons of heel pain. I really just, I hated walking. I hated running. And so I kept getting cushier and cushier shoes. And, you know, like I had Hoka's and those UFO squishy flip-flops, all that jazz. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Right after we started full timing, I switched to Earth Runners, and all that foot pain is completely gone. My feet are so much happier, so I live in those things every day. Earthrunners.com. I've got a code with them if you want a discount. It's just Tactical Trekkers. I highly, highly suggest them. Behind the door here, which is on a magnet, got some collapsible hooks here. This is just, you know, I keep a sweatshirt that I always wear, a robe, that kind of stuff. Little command hook behind the door. That door magnetically will always stay open, which I love. It's the little things. And realistically, people did not put magnets on these doors 2 years ago. So Brinkley started doing it. Other manufacturers started doing it. I love it. Sometimes you don't realize how annoying little things like that when doors keep closing in on you. It makes the space feel small. It feels like you're living in a 400 square foot trailer, whereas this just feels residential. It feels roomier, right? It's a little less claustrophobic. So we also have underbed storage. This whole thing is not underbed storage because you've got your drawers here. So these are really practical. We get in these drawers daily. So between the drawers and the dresser and here, because keep in mind, we lost a lot of closet space because we put the washer and dryer here instead of in the garage with the kids. So that's why your underbed storage, obviously, this much is drawer space, and then you get this big opening back there. Now I will point out there's a little lip right here, a little sunken area. I'll tell you what that can be used for in just a minute. Ah, that reminded me. There is one thing about this bed that I hate, and I don't hate it as much as I did when we first moved in. This bed slides all the time. So I don't know what the deal is, but I make my bed every morning. We'll talk about that as well. And I have to just push it up against the wall. For some reason, it's always creeping down. It drives me nuts. While we're on the topic of beds, most RV mattresses are absolute garbage. This is actually a really nice, like, bamboo foam kind of Tempur-Pedic thing. It is fairly firm. It's definitely really firm when you first get it, but after, I would say, maybe 2 weeks, it really softens up. It kind of like breaks in, I guess, and we love it. So this is the stock mattress, and we've been really, really happy with it. Making beds. If you've ever made a bed in an RV, you know that is not a fun chore. Okay, so my bed making hack here requires all of these pillows. So the hardest part about making a bed in an RV is getting inside this box area where your slide is, right? Because it's tight. How are you gonna, get your comforter in here? It's too much wrestling. So in the morning, when I get out of bed, I pull my top sheet all the way up and I stack my pillows. So like 2 of those big pillows go down on this side while we're sleeping, and then the rest get shoved over on my side of the bed while we're sleeping. And then in the morning, they just immediately go back up. So because I fill the depth of the slide with pillows, then I can just pull this, give it a nice little fold at the end, bed's made, it looks nice, and I didn't have to really wrestle anything. Okay, so that's your bed making hack. Moving down here, this light switch here is actually motion activated lights under your bed. That is not a feature that we use. I do not want lights coming on in my room if I get up to use the bathroom. Under here as well, you've got more plugs, regular plug, USB-C, and USB, I believe, all under there, both sides of the bed. Okay, so you've got USB and USB-C up top, and then down below as well. Okay, standard in here, you've got your day shades, night shades. I will say people have asked about these blackout shades because they've got these little holes. They really don't let in much light at all. They are pretty effective blackout shades. One of your emergency exits is obviously this window. You got a TV up here. Now, remember I said something about the little sunken area under the bed? That ties in to this. So Jeff actually works in here most of the time. That's why we have this stool. He uses this. He gets his work done. Got some storage in here. I'll give you a little tour. It's messy. I'm not in charge of this part. Now, Brinkley makes a leaf, a desk leaf that will sit right in here. Okay, you could also make one yourself if you wanted to. So it goes in here when your dresser is extended to give you this full desk space. When you're not using this, you can pull it out and it goes right back in that space under the bed. I'm not going to open all of these because, you know, they've got unmentionables and whatnot. So here, you know, nice drawers. They're sturdy, magnetic closures on everything. Also, I love this little stool that we bought. We actually got rid of both of the chairs from the dinette. This thing is from Amazon and you can store stuff in there if you wanted to. So we either use it in here or we move it over to the dinette and we use it there too. So since Jeff works in here, he's got a little ring light that we store down there and then our home internet. So between that and Starlink, we are always connected. Yeah, I think that's about all she wrote in here. Like I said, if you guys have questions, if there's something that you want to see more in depth, if you've got questions about storage or how we tackle certain things, by all means, drop it in the comments. And before you go, I'm going to show you the resort where we are because it's almost time for something. Let me put on my earth runners here. Take a look at our spot. Look at this, guys. This whole fully furnished, covered patio, ceiling fans. So we've got a big gas grill here, gigantic granite island, wonderful party lights all around, seating for, I mean, we had 8 people here, easily. Fire pit, it's amazing. So we have an interior spot. They also have, let me turn around here, lakefront. So we are on Grand Lake in Oklahoma at a resort called the Regatta on Grand. This place has been on my list to visit for quite some time. Check it out here. We got a little baby Brinkley right there. So you can see how massive our spot is, right? We've got my Expedition Max. We have an almost 47-foot fifth wheel. We have Jeff's truck with all the windows open or all the doors open because he left the windows open and it got rained in. So long bed. And then look, we could put another, I don't know, a 30-foot travel trailer right there. Like, it's insane. That is easily, that's 125 feet probably. So bonkers. Shout out to Levi and Tracy. I just met them today. They've got an early model 3950. You can tell by their tall ACs. But check it out. They've got lake view with their fully furnished patio back there. They've got their patio down. And their 3950 fits in there beautifully with room to spare to park. All right, there is not a swimming pool here, but obviously you've got the lake. And then here we got a cover on and it just rained. But there is a big 12-person hot tub and kind of a hangout patio. And one of the paths where you can access the lake, they've got their patio on their rig, and they've got their furnished patio with their grill, this beautiful view. some paddle boards and kayaks and stuff down here that you can grab in a little boat launch. The Regatta has 2 restaurants here on site. So in the main building, when you pull in, everything's gated. It's all very swanky. There is an upstairs that's a more casual, like a sports bar kind of place. So this downstairs restaurant is called Drift. I think tonight we're gonna go check out Boom upstairs, and then tomorrow night will be our last night here. So I think we're gonna do a little fancy date night and go check out Drift. One thing that's awesome is as soon as you get here, you get all this information, and there's a concierge team. So there is a text hotline, or you can call them, and anything that you need, concierge team is there to take care of you. There's also trash valet, which my kids, now being full-on RV kids, they think anytime we go someplace and you don't have to take your own trash to the dumpster, someone comes and gets it. Very fancy. Here's your takeout menu. So at any point in time, if you want to have desserts or cocktails delivered to your RV, you can. A 4-layer chocolate cake delivered to me? Yeah, please. On Instagram, so many people sent me a couple Instagram reels that were taken here and said, you've got to go to this place. But it's in Oklahoma, right? So I was like, well, when are we going to be in Oklahoma? It's maybe out of the way. It turns out this is right on Route 66. So if you are an RVer and you are going, East Coast to West Coast, vice versa, or if you're trying to do Route 66, then definitely plan to stop at Regatta on Grand. And at 5 o'clock, it's margarita time.
Here we go, guys.
And not only do we have margaritas for the grown-ups, we've got mocktails for the kids.
Serve it at the bar. Here we go.
Look at that.
Enjoy, guys. Thank you so much.
Here you go, guys. Perfect. We'll see you
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Have a good time.
So we hit Boom, which is the casual kind of sports bar place last night. It was great. And look at this proximity, guys. The rig is right there. And we get to go right there to that building. Go have date night tonight. So that is super handy with kids. So we're gonna go check out Drift, is the more upscale dining option here. So we'll go see how it is. Have a little date night. You excited?
Oh yeah.
He's mad. I took too long. I curled my hair. So, God forbid. This takes time, Jeff.
I'm definitely not bad.
We're all not as naturally beautiful as he is.
Maybe I'm hungry.
He's hangry. We'll go feed him. Holy smokes. I'm stuffed. What was your take on the restaurant?
Everything was awesome. Every single thing was great. From the bread to the entrees to the appetizers.
It's true. We went hard. We were a little bit gluttonous. We got the Regatta bombs, and they were jalapenos with some fun cream cheese stuff wrapped in bacon. Amazing. Jeff got the Regatta burger because he's a big burger guy. I got the Creole redfish, which is apparently their most popular dish. It was insanely good. We did not get dessert though. We overdid it with dinner. So, wow. That's kind of dangerous, having a restaurant like that attached to an RV park. Hey, Squirt.
Hi.
You should be laying down.
No, I shouldn't. Whoa.
You tired from playing in the water all day?
Should be. All right, let's go.
All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you this time. Thanks for following along. Oh, Brim says bye. Bye. Thanks for following along on what was an absolutely unscripted turn of events here. This is not what I anticipated, but thanks for sticking with us. And if you are not already subscribed, click the little bell for notifications, all that good stuff. We have a video coming up very soon at the Brinkley meetup. So if you want to see what goes on at a Brinkley meetup, stay tuned. We're going to show you. All right, bye y'all.